I cannot believe he's sitting there licking his feet after I put the jammies on him to prevent him from licking his feet. And he licks his feet until they bleed. And now, if you can see over there, that's where he's licked his feet all night long. And he makes them bleed. He just licks and licks and licks and makes them bleed. Ugh. Anyways, that wasn't the topic of the conversation I wanted to have. So, on Ellen DeGeneres, she had a DJ named Twitch who they're saying committed suicide, I think yesterday or day before yesterday. He went to a hotel room and they're saying he shot himself, right? He's 40 years old. Prior to that, he was talking about, the epidemic that's happening in America, about Sandra Bland and all the black male and female, or women and men, who have been basically shot down, gunned down in America through police policies. Okay, so that was just one aspect of this whole thing. And then apparently his wife said that he left his car, and the day that he quote unquote committed suicide, he was acting erratic, and she didn't know where he was at. She went to the police department and was asking help from the police department to find him, I guess. But he was found in a hotel room, and he was dead. And they're saying that he committed suicide. Now, I have different feelings about this situation. Certain things are giving me red flags about this. However, he gave no real signs, I don't think, to his wife, aside from the day that he did commit suicide, being, acting not normal. Let me just say that. So this is a person that's never said, on social media, oh, I feel like I want to commit suicide. He's never said those words. Now, can that, of course that happens. Yes, that happens. But my thing is, what type of pain, if he really did commit suicide, what pain was he holding inside himself so deeply that he felt he could not get out of those feelings? What was his trigger moments? What made him say, I no longer want to be on this earth? That things are so bad right now that every day I take a breath, every day I wake up, and he had 3 children, or probably more. I think for sure 3 with his wife. What do you have to be experiencing and feeling to make you that desperate, or to make you that disillusioned by this world to take your life? There was another YouTube content creator. It was a white woman who was talking about her husband, who was a white man, who would go he would have bouts of depression, bouts of depression. They would have good times, and then she said when he would get in a state of depression, she wouldn't understand why he was in that state of depression. It would just come on him, and it would just fill him up, and then she couldn't even reach him. She couldn't speak to him. She couldn't reach him. He committed suicide, and I think he was maybe 38 or 40 as well. And they had been together for a long, long time. I think it was Anne Heche, what they say, that she committed suicide, drove her car into a house, and that she actually, the video shows her being okay, and then it shows her, or she's getting up, I don't know if she was on drugs or whatever the case may be, but she got up off the gurney, when they were trying to put her in the ambulance, but later they said she died. Like, it just seems so weird. It seems so weird that I don't know, just certain circumstances, like what enters a person's mind and their body to make them take their own life. Like, what desperation are they feeling? Like, I mean, I feel like personally, like, this world has its smoke and mirrors. There's things that aren't right, but there's things that are good as well. I feel every time I go out in nature, and if you walk and you put your feet on a beach with the sand, like, it grounds you, right? It makes you feel, and this is what I would suggest for anybody that has thoughts like this person had thoughts, is to go out in nature. And there's a reason why a lot of people are choosing van life and other different alternative lifestyles, where they are living very hermetic lifestyles. There's a reason for doing that. You have to ground your spirit. You have to ground your body. You have to ground your soul, your emotions, your whole mental state, your whole physiological state. You have to ground it in the earth. You know what I mean? But I just was wondering, like, you know, how desperate, at what point, because everybody has desperate moments in their lives. They feel certain things won't pass. They feel like certain things are just like forever. Nothing is forever. Let me just say that. But like, what is the breaking point? What is the breaking point that makes you just not say a word to anybody and just commit suicide? Like, what is the point of desperation that you feel that you don't think about your own children and how their lives are going to be affected by you committing suicide? Like, at what point do you just null and void all of those things where you just do this and know that you're leaving people that love you, people that care about you, that you just leave them behind? At what mental state, like, is there a psychosis? Like, is there something in your brain that says, okay, well, nobody loves me, nobody cares about me, and so that's not the place I want to be? But love and care comes from within. Like, yeah, you have your children, you have your family members, but you have to love yourself enough to pull yourself out of those kind of, like, deep, dark feelings. Like, you have to love yourself enough to say, listen, there has to be another side of your brain that says, listen, I know you feel this and this and this about what's happening in your life, but no, you can't do that. You can't do that. I can't allow you to harm yourself. This is your internal voice speaking, is what I'm saying. I feel sad because, I mean, he seemed to be a man that was very positive, you know, very upbeat, you know, was very, like, entertainment is a gift to the world. When you get on social media and you're able to make people smile or inspire somebody, that's a gift. And he had that gift. He had that gift. Anyways, it just made me think, because I mean, I've watched videos prior to YouTube taking them off of people committing suicide. One was a woman who went down the Niagara Falls, and she was like, okay, I'm done with this world. And she did it so matter of fact, like, she was butt naked and went over the falls, and she literally, like, kicked her feet to get in position to go over the falls. Like, she was like, okay, I'm in nature, but This is how I'm going out. I'm going out with Mother Nature, basically. And I'm not talking bad about people who commit suicide, because obviously there's a reason for it. In their mind, they feel a reason for it. And I don't believe in religions condemning people when they do stuff. There is no condemnation. The only thing that could be a condemnation is the fact that you're going to repeat this cycle again. So you're going to be living this type of life again. You're going to reincarnate, and you're going to have to fucking figure it out. So maybe you didn't figure it out this lifetime, but you're going to have to figure it out in next lifetime. Anyways, that's just my thoughts.